Tonight, from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New Orleans Saints taking on the Houston Texans.
Well, folks, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the Hoppin' French Quarter at the Caesars Superdome. Tonight, the final dress rehearsal, week 3 of the preseason. And we got a good matchup on tap, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the New Orleans Saints. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center after 9 seasons as a Raider. Derek Carr is the guy.
It's going to take some time to adjust to seeing Carr running out in a new uniform instead of black and silver. It's black and gold. 35,000 yards and over 200 touchdowns with the Raiders. The Saints more than willing to let him air it out all game long to a talented group of pass catchers in the Big Easy.
Right to the air is Carr. There's Chris Olave. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 31, here comes second and a yard. In his 7th season now, here's Alvin Kamara. And Kamara's going to have a Saints first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Now they'll throw with Carr. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Carr now on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Here's Carr to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And he used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. A long opening drive and a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look,
and we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the second overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
In only 2 seasons, Stroud showed all he needed to at Ohio State. All-American, Heisman finalist, program records galore. He looked every bit like the #1 overall pick. He went #2, but Houston is thrilled to have him.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
On first down, here's Stroud. That's to the veteran. It's Robert Woods. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's brought down. 45 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, They want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Texans are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback, the team usually says, okay, we got to take care of this guy. We got to protect him. But when he goes out and plays like this on the first drive on the road, he doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Now a hit and a loose football, but it looks like one of the DBs has it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now a play fake. Carr. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Carr. This one taken in by Olave. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Here's 3rd and 3. Play action. Now it's Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one 1st down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Texans will take over. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Oh, good move. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 81 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in. On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Stroud. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. But he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Stroud's throw pulled in by Woods. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Let's go now. Panther 60, Panther 60.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Kamara up the middle. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr. Quick throw there is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done. There he goes left side. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they hit pay dirt on just 1 play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On play action, it's Carr. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Carr going to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. They'll run out of the gun with... Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Coming left is Kamara. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Stroud looking to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Texans. John Mechie, 36 yards. And the Texans are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Saints again ready to go on offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Will Anderson, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 3rd down and 13. Here's Carr. And that is incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Houston set to take over. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Hurt. Check, Panther. Alert.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this will be a Texans first down as he gets this up past the 30.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their...
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 39 yards there, a big one.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive. Something to look forward to as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. And we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. 2nd and 10. Stroud to throw it. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Wreaking havoc was Nathan Shepard, the D tackle. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Play action. Here's Stroud. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
I know we spent a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays on the football. How about a good linebacker? Feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and knocks it away. Really well done.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your...
Johnson on, it's poke free. Football's out. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that to come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
And a curious play call here, to say the least. Thought it might be a trick, but no, he actually goes down to a knee. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He gets this one to Mechie. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 214 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. And now they'll take a knee here. And my partner now is speechless, and so am I. Second and 11. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this 3rd quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the 3rd quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And down to a knee. Well, that's one option. And down to a knee. That's one way to call a play. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he has the first down as he's able to reach the ball forward and get past the line to gain. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Right back to him on 1st down, pushing through the contact. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. And this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They run with the former Buffalo Bill, Devin Singletary. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Devin Singletary, 14 yards. And the Texans have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. A man coming off a great rookie year, it's Dameon Pierce. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Texans add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now Winston. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They'll throw again. Winston. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. And they take a knee. Fourteen-yard line, 2nd and 11. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Play fake, Mills. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
Mills now on 2nd down. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Going for it with Pierce. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
They're 2 for 2 on third down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on third down. To throw, Mills. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
And they will take a knee here. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Singletary here running out of the gun. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2 running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12. Mills now from the 50. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 33. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. And they'll indeed take a knee. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From New Orleans, good night, everyone.